Hellcrex here. We're just doing a little update just to let you know that we have the Musty Wargamers show coming up this Thursday night at 9 Central Standard Time, 8 Mountain, or 10 Eastern, or 9 o'clock Chicago time, in case you're someplace else that doesn't know what Central Time is. If you know what time Chicago is, well, then you know what 9 p.m. is. All right. We're going to have a couple topics that we'll be discussing. It's kind of a year in review for the year 2024 as part of the subject that we'll be having going on. And just hope everybody will stop in and get into discussion, you know, what you've been working on for the year and everything. And we'll hope to see you all there. Now, for the update, I haven't done one of these in a while. I think it was about a month ago the last time I did an update. I've been busy working on stuff. As you can see, there's a whole passel of, well, this is just, what, a third of them? You see 30 individuals here. These are 30K models. This is Death Guard models I've been working on. Been spending a lot of time just assembling models. These are resin models, so it takes a while for them to get assembled, and then I had to prime them and then started painting on them. So you can see there's a bit of work that's been done on them already. As you can see here, these are your basic tactical troopers here that you have. For the Death Guard, I already got some of the work done on them. You can see I got a lot more to go, you know, painting all the details on it, because there's a lot of stuff on these. You know, you can see the details in the back. You know, it's like all the piping right there. Weapons have to be painted. So do the weapons up. So right now I've just been working on shoulder pads. I got the basic armor done. You can see that's the rough and ready look for the Death Guard, or the Dusk Raiders as they used to be called before they found Mortorian and he changed them to the Death Guard. Still a lot of the old Dusk Raiders from still left in the ranks. They're still loyal to the Emperor. So there you go. So there. I got a bunch of these guys that have to be worked on. You can just see. There's pretty much. Yeah, it's like all the shoulder pads for the most part for all the brass have been done. All the base armor has been done, but I still have to go through and you know, I can see these guys right here. These are some assault troopers. This guy's got a power sword and a bolt pistol with his jump pack, ready to jump into it and go to town. So yeah, got this guy. And somewhere, this one of these guys have a, I don't think any of these have a plasma pistol. Yeah, I think these just have chain swords for the most part with bolt pistols. 1 in 5 can have a power sword or a, it's like I got 2 of the, yeah, there's 10 here, so 2 of them have power swords. You know, and you obviously you can see the symbol, the Death Guard symbol on their shoulders. So a little bit of action ready to go. So I got 30 of the assault troopers, and I got 40 tactical troopers. You know, it's like here you got the your base guys here. Now this is the Voxcaster here with his Vox unit. And there's a sergeant. He's got a power fist and a plasma pistol. So he's got a little bit of range weapon there. And obviously he's got a strength 8 weapon with his power fist. And do squishy stuff. Now over here, let's put this off to the side for the second. Over here, I have some Contemptor Dreadnoughts. that I have to, basically I got most of the armor work done, but now I have to go in. There's a lot of like brass work and everything you got to go through with all these guys, and then I got to go in and do the weaponry and all that. So this is just your rudimentary work that these have done. So this one has a plasma cannon with a twin link las cannon. For this one has a missile launcher with assault cannon and a power assault, or basically close combat weapon there. And I did make the base toppers to put them on, so they my son has a couple contemptors also that he hasn't finished assembling them yet, so I haven't made a base topper with them yet. So here's another one with a plasma cannon and a melta cannon. So, and oops, here's your base model. This guy here, he's got the close combat weapon, he's got a missile launcher on top, and he's got the twin linked heavy bolter. That's the standard configuration for the contemptors. But I still got to go through and obviously, once I get all the brass done, I put all the green on them and everything, and then kind of dirty them up some more. I'll put some more wash on them. So I made a wash, what is this, skeleton horde, and I took half of the thing of skeleton horde and mixed in another half of lamia media. I guess he has this stuff here, and the tactical stuff, 50-50 mixture, and you can see the results like on these guys here. You can see the how it looks there. You can see it kind of dirties them up a bit, gets into the recesses, and I did some of it, but I still got to go back over them again, get more of the details, a little more in depth on them. So I got those. And the other thing that's sitting on the table over here, you've seen the feet go by, and you can see it's fairly large. It's a large model. It doesn't even fit into the screen. It's like, here is a contemptor dreadnought comparatively how big this thing is. And if you put a 28mm model in front of it, it tells you how big this thing is. It's this for Stargate. This is a Christmas gift I did up. Printed this out for my daughter. This is going to be her Christmas gift. And it took me about a week to print it all out, all the different parts. And then I spent 2 weeks painting it. So, as you can see here, all the details that are on that thing. So I burned a lot of midnight oil. It's like a lot of late nights painting and painting and painting so I could get this thing done before Christmas, and I finished it the other day. So there we go. And there's the back side of it. That was if you remember me doing the Stargate coasters a year ago, I think it was last Christmas. I think I did them last Christmas. The Stargate coasters. It's the same thing. It's like the blue resin back there. That's one big piece. So it's the same thing, but on a larger scale. So it's kind of nice. Fairly heavy too. But as you can tell, there's a lot of details on these things. So imagine, it was a lot of fun painting these. I went at it and just trying to figure out how to get the details to go, but you can tell there's a lot of intricate details. Even the cloth here is like textured, and I did a heck of a job trying to get that texture to come out. And the same concept of doing the Death Guard for their armor is how I did that. So like I was like trying to figure out how to make that come out, and I was like, you know what? I already been doing it, so that's why. You know, it's that mixture, 50-50 mixture of skeleton horde. Put a wash over it. Basically, I put down the what is this stuff? That's the white. Here we go. It was this stuff here. Bone, wraith bone, right there. Down a base of wraith bone, and I put the wash over top of it to get all the details to come out. And then I went over and did a brush over top of it. And then that's technical paint here. A lot of this is technical paints that you can see from the contrast. You can see it's the GW contrast paints. I used a lot of those to get a lot of the details to come out, and then I just went over top of them again and brought out all the highlights. Some of this is P3 paints too, that I put down. Some of this was the brass was Balthazar gold was the base, and then put a wash over it, and then brushed over top of it, and then put another wash over it to deaden it down. So there, that's the model. Looks pretty good. So my daughter will like it as her Christmas gift. Alright, so that's that. That's over there. There's a few other things I can show you over here. I do have some 3D printed models of this is going to be used for what do you call it, fantasy terrain slash Lord of the Rings tabletop game. You know, their combat game that they have, which I do have. Some of the models are just like, see them over there, and some over there, those are orcs. So there, I have a couple buildings. I do have 3 more different buildings I need to print out and add that to everything. So I'm going to have a bit of terrain for the tabletop for that. But right now, I just want to get these done first. So yes, as Dan's been finished up his terrain, so now I'm going to get into some more terrain, get that stuff going. So, and then, like I was saying, I do have some more Death Guard stuff that I have here. These are, I got 20 more tacticals I got to work on. You can see the wash has been done on these, and I brought the highlights back out on the armor. But then I got to go back and do all the work that I'm doing over in the table. And here is Yo Forge World Mortarion. You can see he's obviously, Mortarion is bigger than your typical Marine, but well, there's Mortarion from Forge World. Eventually I got to get him painted up. I've had him for a while now. And here's the Forge World Tech Marine right there. That's going to be for my Death Guard. So, and so there's some more, 20 more Assault Marines there. And then I got some Rapiers over here that I got to finish painting up. Basically got all the base armor done on these, but now I got to bring out all the details on them. So you got twin link heavy bolters, twin link las cannon, mortars, and then this is a not a conversion beater, but a graviton cannon there. I want to get another set, complete set, form, you know, one of everything, so I can have, because batteries come and go into 3s, so I want 3 of the same thing. So eventually I'm going to get that taken care of. Now over here you can see there's there's more Marines here without the spiky helmets, because these guys are Dark Angels, 1st Legion. These are my sons. A few handful of the 1st Legion over here. He has more of them. We do have like a whole bunch of stuff sitting over there, like a whole bunch of Horus Heresy, which Horus Heresy is 7th edition 40K rules, but kind of prefer that over the what do you call it, Sigmarine. You know, since 8th edition, it's Age of Sigmar, but as the form of what they call 40K. 40K's been dead for years now, so now it's just Sigmarine. But 7th edition is still around as Horus Heresy. And I do have some Skaven stuff right there. There's some Skaven terrain sitting there that, you know, my friend had some of that stuff, so I got some of that out of a box for the Skaventide box. So eventually I will work on my Skaven, for but I'm not in the mood to paint 300 Skaven models at the moment. Eventually I will. I will get back into painting fantasy sometime this year. My goal is to finish painting all my fantasy armies. Right now they do have the Empire Man and Empire models coming out, I think this coming Saturday, going to be released. So yeah, eventually I want to start working on some Empire models. I do have the few left I have to paint, so I might just work on those and pick up a few more models for the Empire to add to it to finish out that army. And that might be what I'll do for my next fantasy stuff. But that's everything. So hopefully you guys can join us Thursday night at 9 Central Standard Time for the show. Join the Musty Wargamers, and hope to see you there. This is Hellcorrect out.